Disclaimer, I am not a lawyer. Frost Nixon is a Universal Pictures film and belongs to Imagine, working title, Universal Pictures, and their respective owners. This video is in accordance with the copyright law and follows 5 points of the fair use clause in the copyright law.
No children.
Hit me! Let's put a smile on that face.
Good evening. I shall resign the presidency at noon tomorrow.
This is an historic day, the only time a president has ever resigned from office.
Nixon knew about the Watergate cover-up.
The man who has committed the greatest felony in American history will never stand trial.
I've had an idea for an interview. Richard Nixon.
You're a talk show host.
I spent yesterday watching you interview the Bee Gees.
Weren't they terrific?
Why would I want to talk to David Frost?
I got $500,000.
Really?
Frost has hired 3 crack investigators.
Can I be crack one?
Can I be deep crack?
Can I shake his hand? After everything he's done in this country? Are you kidding me?
Ah, pleasure to meet you.
Mr. President. That was devastating. I mean, I don't think he's ever going to get over that.
Frost is just not in your class, sir. You're going to be able to rebuild your reputation.
This entire project is a joke.
I do hope that isn't coming out of your own pocket.
I wish my pockets were that deep. I'm in this for everything I've got.
There's a reason they call him Tricky Dick.
You stand by to roll tape.
You had a pleasant evening last night?
Yes.
4, 3, 2,
Did you do any fornicating?
and cue David.
The American people need a conviction. I'd like to give Richard Nixon the trial he never had. Democracy depends on it.
We're not going to let that happen. We're going to make them choke on power and glory.
Why didn't you burn the tapes?
I didn't want to take any questions on Watergate.
Shut it down. I will ruin you if it takes the rest of my life.
What have I done?
If in this interview Nixon exonerates himself, that would be the worst crime of all.
3, 2, cue David.
Are you really saying the president can do something illegal?
I'm saying that when the president does it, that means it's not illegal.
I'm sorry.
Thanks for tuning in, everyone, and welcome to this week's movie review of Frost Nixon, starring Frank Langella, Michael Sheen, and Kevin Bacon. Holy mother of God, I think I've just seen a movie that eats Golden Globes for breakfast and shits out Oscars. We all know that Ron Howard is capable of producing movies worth Oscar nominations, but even I didn't expect something of this caliber to come out of him. Frost Nixon brilliantly tells the story of the intense interview between talk show host David Frost and Richard Nixon after some time out of office, and how Frost's team wants to get Nixon to apologize to the nation for what he did during his presidency. Now, I could rant all day about the near perfection of this film, but I'll just cut to the chase so I could talk about what really makes this film special. Everything is shot and done to near perfection. The cast was excellent, dialogue was sharp and on point, characters were stunning, cinematography was great, interaction was perfect, pacing was excellent, and the movie overall was just a brilliantly amazing time. My only complaint about the movie is that the ending could have been better. It wasn't bad, but compared to the rest of the movie, it just didn't seem to hold up. But that's very minor at the most. Now, what really makes this movie so great is the all-stunning performance of the characters and how they make the movie so surreal and come to life. Usually in a movie you have 1 or 2 characters that carry the movie or become characters they played, like Heath Ledger did in The Dark Knight, but with this movie everyone is so on their game that you could basically say that they became the characters that they were playing. Now, I'm not playing either. The cast played their roles so well that I was literally taken away from reality for 2 hours and felt as if the movie was real. And isn't that the point of going to the movies now anyways? To escape from it all and to be taken to the many realms of our imagination and become submersed in a story that's so well told that its experience feels real. This is why we go to the movies, and this movie is an excellent example of why we go to the movies in the first place. I mean, I walked into this movie thinking, oh well, here we go again, another movie about Nixon. But this movie shut those thoughts up good and quick. Frank Langella plays Richard Nixon, and although he doesn't quite look like Nixon, he plays him so well that if you just go with it, or even close your eyes, you would believe that Nixon was really there. And the biggest thing about Langella's portrayal of Nixon is that he made him look charismatic and charming, that you, the audience, even grew to like him, even though he's a monster and was also portrayed as that too. I mean, I would put Nixon up there with society's greatest monsters. Mussolini, Stalin, Nixon, Hitler, George Bush Jr. That would be my access of ultimate evil, and that's how I thought I would feel about Nixon in this film. And damn it, the film even made me like him for a while I was watching it. Man, that's saying something. Also, the same can be said for Michael Sheen playing David Frost. His performance is so good that you actually feel like he's David Frost. I mean, people, this is the guy who played Lucian, the werewolf leader from Underworld. Freaking Lucian is David Frost, the guy who screams, "We can be slaves or we can be lichens!" is in this movie and plays David freaking Frost. I still can't believe it when I think about it, and that says a lot about Sheen's range as an actor. The movie is also shot in the style of a post-interview with his cast members, which helps to give the film a more raw and realistic feel to it. Truly, this movie is an excellent story of a monolithic interview of American history. In the end, Ron Howard makes up for the mistake that was the Da Vinci Code and proves why he is all too familiar with Oscar Gold. Frost Nixon gets a 9.5 out of 10.